like her navigate
Sorry.
sorry,
Okay.
navigate this new world so that they can begin to live up to their full potential with confidence. I have no doubt that you are going to hear some things that you are shocked and amazed at today, and that you're going to walk away with something really valuable from your time spent here today. So with that, we'll turn it over to Joy.
Thank you very much, Nikki. Um, Nikki has been with, I've known Nikki since I met her right before I was diagnosed. And so she's really kind of seen the whole journey with me. And so I'm always so grateful for her friendship and guidance. So um, first thing I want to do is I really want to congratulate you on being here. I know people are busy. We've got lives. It's summer. We're trying to get the last days of summer in, right? It's nice out, at least where I'm living. There are other things you could be doing. You know, being here is a choice, and you made yourself a choice tonight. And I always think, especially with women, that needs to be acknowledged. So I really do want to congratulate you on that. I am going to screen share here very quickly. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so second here. All right. So first of all, I want you to put a yes in the chat if you are tired of living in overwhelm. Yeah. So it is 1 second here. There we go. Yeah, it's overwhelm is such a big part of ADHD, and most people don't actually realize that. And so I'm always wanting to let people know that that's normal. And hopefully today you're going to walk away with a few things that might help with that overwhelm just a tad. All right. So where is everyone in terms of a diagnosis status? You know, A, you have an official diagnosis. B, you're like 99% sure you have it, but haven't been officially diagnosed. C, you are just starting to figure out that maybe you have ADHD. Or D, maybe you don't have it, but you want to learn more so that you can better support the people in your life. Okay, so 99% sures. All right. Okay, so, and just starting to figure it out. Perfect. Self-diagnosis in February, doc diagnosed today. Yep. Awesome. Well, congratulations on your diagnosis. I know that sounds weird, but it's actually now you can start to do the work that you need to do, and you're going to have access to more tools than you had before. Plus, it's really validating, isn't it? Like it's just such a validating thing to go, I was right. I mean, when I got my diagnosis, there was a part of me that was kind of like, duh, but it was really validating. So I'm really happy that you were able to get a doctor to take a look at you and take you seriously, because sometimes that's a challenge as well. So there are some common fears that come for women with ADHD. The first one is, I'm never going to get my act together. Right? It's easy to feel like you're always going to feel overwhelmed and unorganized and unaccomplished. And that alone sometimes is just the most overwhelming part of it, feeling like no matter what you do, you can't seem to get farther ahead. The second one is, I'm a fraud, or imposter syndrome, because some of you may, for example, really shine at work, but are like a total mess at home, right? And there's always sort of that fear of being found out. Some of us mask our ADHD really well. And when we are with other people, and again, there is that fear of, but what if they find out I have this? And then the last thing that women tend to feel is the fear of judgment. People will judge me. They're going to judge me if I have a diagnosis. They're going to judge me if I take meds, if I don't take meds, if I go to therapy, if I don't go to therapy. The fear of judgment is very real. And I'm here to tell you that, first of all, you're not alone in this, and that that there is an entire community of women who have been where you are, who are currently where you are. And my hope is that will give you a little bit of peace, because that element of just feeling alone is a very dominating thing in ADHD, especially prior to a diagnosis. Okay, so if you are feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, feeling embarrassed at your lack of organization and or focus, if you're feeling shame, if you're not understanding why things haven't changed since your diagnosis, or in some of your cases, you're like 99% sure, you're learning all this stuff and yet things still kind of aren't changing, right? And if you're ready to start embracing your ADHD, so that you can really start to thrive in your life, then you are absolutely in the right place. So here are some house rules. The first one is, okay, some of you are not going to like this, but I'm going to suggest you turn your cameras on. And the reason for this is, number one, when we have our cameras off, we start to multitask. And while we're actually kind of good at doing a couple things at once, but often we end up not paying as much attention as we thought we were. And I really want you to get value out of today. We only have an hour, and I really want to make sure that this is time well spent. So having your cameras on is a good hack. And it helps me because when I am giving information, if I can see your face, then I can kind of tell if you're understanding the information, if this is, if I'm maybe not being clear enough. So it also helps me so that I can give you the best presentation that I can. So that's the first hack. All right. The second, I'm sorry, did somebody say something? Oh, okay. The second thing is, feel free to type your questions in the chat. I am going to have a Q&A session in the back, but I will stop on occasion to go in and check to see if there's any questions that I can answer, pretty quickly in the beginning there. Again, questions will be answered with Q&A after the presentation, but put them in whenever you feel the need to. And also please be respectful, because this is a judgment-free zone. How one person handles ADHD may not be how you handle it, and no one is wrong and no one is right. We're all just going to be like one big peace-loving group here. And lastly, a disclaimer. So none of what we're discussing today should be considered a replacement for medical advice. Always go to your doctor for assessments and for treatment plans. All right. So a little bit about me. So Nikki told you a little bit. I am a certified professional life coach, a certified life book leader, and I am an ADHD educator, and I am your guide for the dopamine deprived. So today I am really grateful for the life I'm living. I know what I want in my life, and I wake up feeling in control of my life. I wake up, when I wake up in the morning, I do a morning routine, and I'm getting things done, and I'm setting goals, and I'm accomplishing them. And this was not me before my diagnosis. It was like the opposite of me. It seemed like no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't be consistent. I couldn't initiate tasks. I couldn't follow through on things. And I was constantly calling myself lazy and dumb. And, I just need to work harder, blah, 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 right? And I was watching these people in my life just that I knew that they were just passing me by. And I felt like I was just stuck all the time. And I was just always feeling lost. And I was drowning in overwhelm, like drowning. And I just kept looking at my life and thinking, this cannot be all I'm capable of. I just always thought I'd do so much more. This can't be it. And at one point, a friend reached out, actually a mutual friend of Nikki and I, and she said, I think you have ADHD. And she was right. And I knew I had to make a choice because living this way was just no longer an option for me. So I got my diagnosis, and that was actually the first hurdle, because I had been dismissed by so many doctors over the years that were just like, nah, you're fine. Oh, you just have too much on your plate. Oh, you're a mom now. And I'm like, yes, I know I'm a mom now, but I had these problems before I became a mother. They're just exponentially worse now. And like, no one would listen to me. And so once I was finally diagnosed, that's when everything changed. And I mean, it wasn't overnight, but over time, I began to better understand how my brain worked, how I responded to cues, I began to figure out what my strengths were and starting to work with those to make my challenges less challenging. And I was able to start creating a life based on knowing who I was with my ADHD, as opposed to me constantly fighting against it. And I knew that I wanted to help other women do the same. So what's possible in my life now is feeling accomplished and competent. Like competent is, I like want to cry every time I say I feel competent, because I didn't feel that way for the longest time. I don't feel stupid all the time anymore. I no longer live in overwhelm all the time. I feel more authentic. And that, as a result of that, I have better relationships with the people in my life, and including myself. And I have a career now that I love. So I want you to consider for yourself, what does feeling accomplished or competent mean to you? You know, think back to a time when you wished you better understood why you couldn't get yourself to, you know, quote, do the thing. And when you didn't understand why you felt like you were drowning. And I want you to know that it's normal that you've been feeling that way. And I'm hoping that today you're going to have more information so that you can better understand why you do the things you do. All right. All right, let's get to go in here. So this is what we're going to cover in this masterclass. We're going to first cover the 3 R's, which is recognize, reflect, and reset. We're going to take a look at what does ADHD look like in women and girls. We're going to talk about ADHD challenges and strengths. And what is your self-talk? Because sometimes that is the biggest issue. And then we're going to talk about one of my favorite hacks. So first things first, recognize. What does ADHD look like, right? What is it? So ADHD is actually one of the most poorly named, misnamed conditions ever, because it implies that we have a deficit of attention and that we must be running around like toddlers with too much sugar in our system. And that's just not how it works, right? It is a self-regulation issue. Our brain actually wants to pay attention to everything, okay? So, and that inability to regulate also includes emotional regulation. So if you are someone who's always been told that you're too sensitive or you're too much, you know, you are, I was always just told I was too much and too sensitive. That is part of it, right? We tend to feel things much more strongly than our neurotypical peers. It also comes with a nice big dose of executive dysfunction. So executive dysfunction, which I'll talk about in a second, is things like planning and organizing and time management and things like that, which we really tend to struggle with. There are 3 different presentations of ADHD. So it used to all be ADD, then it was ADD and ADHD. Now everything is ADHD, and there's one of 3 presentations. So there's inattentive, which is what most women are. There is the hyperactive impulsive, or there is combined type. And you are diagnosed with where you present at that point in time, but you actually can go through them all in a lifetime. It really just depends on the person. So now let's talk about some causes. So here are 3 known causes. There's discussion of others, but these are the ones we're going to focus on today. So the first one is dopamine, right? Dopamine is the reward drug, and it gives us this feeling of accomplishment. It also, by chance, regulates movement like balance and handwriting. Our body doesn't produce enough. Sometimes it's also that there are not enough receptors for the dopamine that we do produce. Sometimes there's an issue with the uptake in the receptors. And also they're now finding that sometimes the dopamine can't find the receptors, which is pretty ADHD, right? Fun fact, people who don't have ADHD, they get dopamine just thinking about completing a task, just thinking about it. Do we? No, we get no dopamine from that. We only get it once we accomplish the task. And for a lot of us at that point, we're not even happy about it. We're just relieved it's over with. So that is part of the dopamine that's when you're already working at a deficit and then you have that factor, it just makes the non-preferred tasks, as I call them, even harder to do. So what does that mean? What does that mean after that? So hold on one second. So then that converts into norepinephrine, or also known as noradrenaline. And this, hold on one second here. Sorry, my screen is doing something funky here. Okay, so so it converts to norepinephrine or noradrenaline, and this activates the frontal lobe. So the frontal lobe does a few things that impact ADHD. The first thing is that it works as a filter. So we are inundated all day long with information and stimuli and data that we don't actually need to know, right? And so a properly working frontal lobe takes all the stuff that we don't really need to consciously know about and it puts it somewhere else in our brain, in the subconscious. So when the things that are important go through, the rest of the brain goes, oh, that got through, it must be important. We need to pay attention to it. If you don't have enough dopamine to be converted into the norepinephrine, your frontal lobe isn't going to fire very well. And they've actually done brain scans that have shown this. And it was actually one of the first times they were able to prove that ADHD was an actual physical neurobiological issue, not just people being lazy. But if your frontal lobe isn't firing properly, more information gets through. The problem with that isn't just that more information is getting through, it's that the rest of the brain is still saying, oh, that got through, it must be important. We need to pay attention to it. So if you have, for example, shiny object syndrome, right, that's part of it because so many things are getting through. I don't know about you guys, but like when I was younger and I was in school and I would go to take tests, the ticking of the clock and Joe Schmo over here clicking his pen and somebody tapping their foot, that's all I could focus on. I could not focus on the test because I kept hearing all that around me. And that was part of it as well. So that's the first part of the frontal lobe. The second part is that it houses the prefrontal cortex. So the prefrontal cortex is what, like I said, where a lot of executive functioning is held. So it is, or executive functioning, it's understanding cause and effect. It is where habit changing happens. It's where long-term memory happens. It's reading social cues, planning and executing, time management, working memory, like so many things. And this is where a lot of people with ADHD struggle the most, right? When you can't task initiate, that's part of executive functioning. If you struggle with follow through, that's part of executive functioning. If you struggle to learn lessons because you have poor working memory, all of that is included in this. So you can kind of see how not having a properly functioning frontal lobe can definitely impact your ADHD. The third thing that causes ADHD is that it is highly heritable. It's getting to a point where people who, when they are assessing children, they look at the parents and go, okay, which one of you has it? Because it is that prominent. If one parent has it, almost always at least one of the kids has it. I have it. Both my kids have it. It's all over my husband's side too. My kids didn't stand a chance. So lucky them. So like I said, it's very, very heritable. All right. So how does it show up in women? All right. Women typically have the inattentive presentation, but not always. I myself am combined type. In women, ADHD tends to show up as being easily distracted, daydreaming, trouble starting and or following through on tasks or projects, lack of attention to detail, trouble organizing and prioritizing, forgetting daily activities, making careless mistakes, just to name a few. Put a yes in the chat if you resemble some of those remarks. All of them. Yes, indeed. Yep. And one of the reasons that it has been a struggle over the years for women to be taken seriously with this is because people will say, oh, well, I have that. And, that happens to me every once in a while. That doesn't mean I have ADHD. And what people don't understand is, yes, if it happens to you every once in a while, then yes, you probably don't. But if this happens to you every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and it's been happening to you since you were a kid, that means that you more than likely have it. But it's been too easy to dismiss because it looks like traits that people do have from time to time, right? So here are some other signs, though, that you may or may not realize are ADHD or related to it anyway. Lists. We love a good list. We just love them. We love checking them off. There's so much dopamine. How many of you put a yes in the chat if you go back in and put things you've already done that weren't on the list so that you can check it off? I have done that. Okay. So I find that people are in one of three categories when it comes to lists. When you have ADHD, you either A, write out the list and then promptly lose it. B, you write out the list and then forget to look at it all day. Or C, you write a really detailed list, get completely overwhelmed by it, and then can't bring yourself to look at the list. So which one are you, A, B, or C? Or maybe you're a combination of them. I'm a solid B. A, okay. Can't do lists at all. Wow, all right. Yeah, the list, I have reminders on my phone to look at my list because I will write it and it'll be a great list, but I forget to look at it all day. So all right. So C, sometimes B. Yep. Yeah, some people can kind of like, it depends on the day, you know? All right. So what's another thing that is an ADHD sign? We do need lots of reminders. I have 3 reminders for every appointment in my calendar because I will get distracted and I will forget. So, and then I have reminders to look at my emails. One of the things I started doing was I started taking off the notifications on my phone for things like email and all of that, but then I would forget to look at it all day. So I have to have reminders to look at the emails. And sometimes that is not always effective either, but you know, I do my best. Open cabinet doors and drawers. So do you have like, you walk in and you notice like doors are kind of half open or drawers are still kind of open, things like that? That is a surprising sign of ADHD. My husband used to drive him crazy. And I was like, I'm not doing it on purpose. I don't even know I'm doing it. And then as I started to get more educated on this, I was finding people going, yeah, I do that too. Oh, I do that too. And there's different schools of thought as to why that is, but it is a thing. Out of sight, out of mind. Now, this one is actually really important. And it is a big deal because if you don't physically see something in front of you, you will forget it exists, right? They call it object permanence in ADHD world, but that's not really object permanence. Object permanence is when you put something in your closet and you still, it's still in there, right? For us, we just forget it's in there. And and this includes people. That was one of the biggest revelations for me that really made me go back down the road of, I think I really have ADHD. I used to do real estate. I can't tell you how many times I would just forget about a client because I hadn't seen them. They weren't coming, and I always think I'll remember to reach out and then I wouldn't. So, and, my dad would call and be like, hey, yeah, just checking to make sure you're still alive. I haven't heard from you in like a month and a half. Of course, I realize now I think he had ADHD as well, which is why it took him a month and a half to reach out to me. So, it's in the family, but it is a very big deal. And so I am always telling my clients, clear bins. And you want things where you are going to be able, you are going to easily be able to see it. Because you will forget it exists. And if it's important, if you get a bill and you set it on your desk and then something gets set on top of it, and we know how we are with our piles, right? It will take a while for us to do something about it. And the next thing you know, you have a late bill. So it's very important to understand that that is part of ADHD. Impulse spending, part of ADHD. Binge impulse eating or grazing can be part of ADHD. When the brain's low on dopamine, all it's doing is looking for dopamine and it's going to go where it can find it. Interrupting people, part of ADHD. Blurting things out at inappropriate times and sometimes blurting out inappropriate things can be part of ADHD. Ask me how I know this. Talking too much, right? Oversharing. There are times where I am like in my head going, just stop talking. And I can't, it just keeps coming out. It's just like terrible. We overshare. We'll meet somebody for the first time and they know our whole life story within 15 minutes sometimes. Eating the same foods for weeks at a time. Like I could eat crazy salad all summer long and then I won't want it again for like months. Listening to the same song over and over again. Like I just listen the dopamine right out of a song if I really like it. Anecdotal communication. So this one is also really important. you are talking with a friend and your friend is telling you about something that their boyfriend did, and you have been through something similar with your significant other. And so in an effort to show them, hey, I understand what you're saying, you start to tell them about what it is that you went through with your significant others. And it's your way of trying to connect with them. It's your way of trying to say, hey, I really do understand what you're going through. We can talk about this. But to that person, it probably looks like you're trying to make the conversation about yourself. And we do tend to take over conversations because we don't know how to prioritize well. We think all the details are important. So we're telling them every single detail in that story that they don't need to know about. And we go off on a few tangents, and then we forget what we're talking about. And then we go back to what we were talking about with a few more tangents. And the next thing you know, we've been talking for like a half an hour, and the person who started the conversation doesn't even remember what they were talking about. It is a very real thing. Struggling with personal care tasks. If you are somebody who has had issues with struggles with taking showers, washing your hair, brushing your teeth, flossing, anything like that, you are not alone. It is actually a big part of ADHD. And it isn't talked about much because there's a lot of shame wrapped in it. But it is a struggle for a lot of people. All right. So you're definitely not alone in that. All right. So why are girls missed? Girls present very differently than boys. Teachers are looking for boys' symptoms in girls, and that's not how it works. Girls are less disruptive, and their traits are seen as character flaws, right? They're too talkative. They're the chatty Cathy, they're rude because they're interrupting, etc. Whereas boys will be boys. And girls who have the inattentive presentation, their traits are more subtle, as I mentioned before. That's the daydreaming, the forgetfulness, the carelessness. It's much more internalized. I say boys' traits are much more outward and disruptive, whereas girls' traits are much more inward and destructive because it leads to anxiety and depression. Women are overwhelmingly diagnosed with anxiety and depression first. And ADHD doesn't even come on the doctor's radar sometimes. And when they're actually a result of untreated ADHD. Now, you may have anxiety and depression that's its own beast. That's a different thing. But very often it is a result of untreated ADHD. Girls with combined or hyperactive type, we're more talkative, we interrupt. In general, girls are better at masking symptoms, though. And that's the other reason that we're not caught as early as boys, because girls are taught from like conception to hide things about ourselves that are not socially acceptable, blah, 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 right? So we're really good at hiding those traits. There's also gender bias. There just is. There's medical gender bias. The reason I wasn't taken seriously was because they're like, no, you're a girl, you can't have it. So I'm dating myself because when I first brought it up, it was back when they thought it was only with boys. But over time, that should have changed and it wasn't. All right, so let me stop the share here and let's see here. That was kind of the longest part of this. So does anybody have any questions that are in, let me take a look at the chat here. I always think I can remember what's in my calendar, so I don't look at my calendar and then I forget. Bonnie, girl, I see you. I see you. As I remember chores, plans, people. Yep. When I'm not with the one I love the one I am with. Yep. We have a tendency to we have a tendency to just forget people exist. It's like the craziest thing. Okay, so I want everyone to kind of shake out a little bit. Get yourself moving a little bit. Okay, so let me go back to this very quickly. All right, now we're going to talk about reflect. So I want you to start thinking about how your ADHD impacts you. And we're going to start because there's a lot of mental and emotional consequences, right? So first, we're going to talk about the challenges. And the challenges are typically why people come to webinars like this. They come to me for coaching is because they're really struggling, right? So let's talk about what some of those challenges are. Depression, which I don't treat. You do need a therapist for that, but it is a side effect as well as anxiety. Those are two side effects very often of untreated ADHD. Playing small. How many of you have, you were told you were too much over time and you just started to make yourself play smaller and smaller and smaller? That was me. feeling like a fraud or imposter, having the imposter syndrome, like we talked about before, rejection sensitive dysphoria. So rejection sensitive dysphoria, an example of that would be, let's say you and I are friends and we're supposed to go to dinner one night. And at the last minute, I send you a text and say, I'm really sorry. I'm not gonna be able to make it tonight. We'll get together soon. Now, your first thought may be, oh, I hope everything's okay. But very often with RSD, you start to go down a rabbit hole of, I knew it, she hates me. She doesn't really like me. She just said that she felt trapped and said she had to go to lunch with me, but she doesn't, or dinner with me, but she doesn't really want to, et cetera, et cetera. We tend to be convinced that everyone hates us and that we're annoying. And most of the time, that's not actually true. And that was a big aha for me as well, because I definitely have dealt with that in my life. Let's see here. Shame. Oh my gosh, there is so much shame in ADHD. Shame because we can't seem to do the things that everyone else thinks are easy, right? Why can't we just do the thing? Why does it feel like torture to fold a pile of laundry, right? When other people can just do it. And some people grow up in homes where people aren't very nice to them. I have to find where this was, but they did a study and they said that kids with untreated ADHD are told 20,000 more negative comments by the age of 12 than their neurotypical peers. 20,000. I mean, imagine what that does to somebody. And I mean, I have kids that have it. I know what they're doing, and I still catch myself doing it because you get frustrated and you're just like, why can't you understand this? And it's not because they're dumb. It's just that their brains work differently. And sometimes we forget too. But it's a very real thing. And there's a lot of shame in ADHD that doesn't need to be there because it just shouldn't be there. But we feel it. Jody, why can't I just do the dishes? I know. Oh my God, the dishes. We have a lot of the what might have beens, especially once you've been diagnosed. Right? If I had been treated earlier, how different things might have looked in my life. I would have been so much more successful in my career. I would have been a better wife. I would have been a better mother, right? So now let's look at strengths. Now, this is where people when I ask people, so what are your strengths? People sometimes just completely shut down because they have no idea what to tell me. And it breaks my heart. And I want you to look at these, and I want you to know that you do have some of these. Right? If not all of us. We are energetic. It may be in our heads for some of us, but it still counts. We are spontaneous. We are resilient. We are resilient. If you are Gen X or older, I'm Gen X, we were totally missed. And yet I can't tell you how many women I know who are my age and older who are still like, I'm going to figure this out. And they are resilient and they keep coming back and trying to figure out what's going on, and they keep wanting to improve themselves. And life has handed them some really tough situations, and they keep coming back. And I guarantee you that is all of you. We are compassionate and empathetic. We know what it's like to have a disability that people can't see, right? We are fabulous storytellers. We like our tangents, but they make our stories more interesting. We are bright and funny. We are entrepreneurial. People with ADHD are, I believe, I read 5 times more likely to be entrepreneurs. And part of that is because we are out of the box thinkers, because we have to come up with a lot of workarounds to do things like not lose our keys every day, right? We are passionate and purpose-driven. We are creative. And by creative, that doesn't necessarily mean you can paint. I believe every person with ADHD is a creative problem solver, because again, we have to come up with those workarounds. We have to come up with the out of the box thinking in order to make our lives make more sense, right? And so that is one of the things that I think is one of our best attributes, is that we are creative problem solvers. We have a lot of ingenuity, and we have a willingness to take risks that others don't. And that's another reason why we are very good at being entrepreneurs. And Jody owns a local business. Yep. Yeah, awesome. Me too. We have an amazing sense of humor because, you have to when you have this. And we are very persistent. And we just keep going. We just keep going. When we haven't figured something out, we just keep going until we figure it out. And we have hyper focus. ADHD is nothing if not a lot of contradictions because we struggle with focus and then we have hyper focus. And hyper focus can be an amazing tool when used for good. Or you could end up down a Facebook rabbit hole for 3 hours. So that's why you got to really understand what hyper focus is. All right, so in the chat, I would like you to write down what is one of your ADHD challenges and what is one of your ADHD strengths.
There's a lot of typing happening, Jory. Just hang on, they're typing.
Oh, I know, I can see. Let me see this. Angela, having hundreds of thoughts and people not understanding how you jump 6 steps forward in a conversation. Yes. And did you know how many of you are able to predict the end of movies before the end of the movie? I was watching a movie. Well, I wasn't really watching it. My husband was watching it and I was kind of half watching it. And I said, there was this one scene, I said, oh, that thing's going to blow up. And he's like, no, it's not. And literally like a second later, it blew up. It's like, how did you do that? All right, let's see here. Strengths, creative problem solver. Yes, you are. Anxiety and fear, think differently, see things others don't, or in different ways than they do. Yes, that's an awesome trait. Bad, unorganized. I feel it. All the time. I'm not sure what all the time means. Oh, that you can predict the end of movies. Yes, predicting. Okay. Challenges. I can't stop talking to myself, chastising myself. We're going to talk about self-talk here in a second. Challenge, remaining present. Yep, I definitely know that. Strength, resilience. Yep. What is my strength? Bonnie, I promise you, you are probably resilient and persistent because you're here. You probably don't realize how many different ways you have made things in your life workable because you just think outside the box. And people will go, how did you come up with that? And you know how you got there. And that's all that matters. They may not come to it the same way, but I'm telling you, you're also a creative problem solver, whether you see it in yourself yet or not. Okay. I promise. All right. I love it. All right. Let's get to the last part here. Okay. So let's talk about reset. All right. So there is this saying. It says, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So I thought this was by Albert Einstein. Turns out no one really knows who said it. So that's why I have or not, because I don't know who said it. But every time I hear this phrase, I think about what it's like for people with ADHD, because we judge ourselves based on what society deems as normal. And we are, I don't like saying not normal, because who decides what normal is, right? But we are different. We spend our whole life trying to climb trees. And we're just like, why can't I climb the tree? My friends can climb the tree. That guy can climb the tree. Why, if he can climb it, why can't I climb it? And it is because you are a fish. You are supposed to swim. And both of them are equally amazing and fulfilling in life, whether you are a tree climber or a fish, right? You just have to know which one you are and then be authentic to who you are. Okay? Because people who climb trees, they can't swim the way you can. You just do things differently. That's all. Okay? So, who is driving the bus? Now, the reason I asked this question is because after I was diagnosed and I thought I was doing really well in terms of I was in therapy and I was getting my own coaching, etc. And then I realized one day that even though I now consciously understood that I wasn't lazy and I wasn't dumb and I didn't need to work harder, those narratives were still driving the bus. They were still driving the decisions I was making and how I thought about myself. The narratives are one of the hardest things to get past because you have been speaking to yourself that way for a long time. Okay. So what narratives have developed because of the experiences that you've had in your life, because of your ADHD? What have you been telling yourself all these years, right? So these were some of my favorite tunes. I'm lazy. I just need to work harder. If I was smarter, I'd have this figured out by now. Maybe I need a new planner. That will help me stay organized. Put in the chat, how many planners have you all bought this year? I know better, and I still bought 2. Planners, I'm telling you, they are just, I don't know why we fall for them every single time. All right. Another favorite with Jody. Oh my gosh. 10. Yep. I know. I used to, I don't bother anymore. Angela, smart, very smart. All right, some other favorite tunes that I used to tell myself, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get started? Why don't I ever finish anything? On and on and on, right? We are our own worst bullies sometimes. All right, so the question is, do you still see yourself that way? And when you tell people that you have ADHD, are they having difficult time seeing you differently, right? Because part of it is you have to now start creating new boundaries with them, and you need to set new expectations. But if you're still having this I'm not enough self-talk, it's a lot harder to do that. So here's the deal. You are still the same person. So many times when we are diagnosed, we start thinking, oh, well, I'm not the person I thought I was. I thought I was just a really driven person, but it turns out I have ADHD. No, you've always had ADHD. You're just not realizing that's part of what gives you that drive. And that's awesome. Not everybody has that. You are still the same person. The objective is not to get rid of your ADHD because, well, you can't. And it isn't to change you into someone who's more normal, right? Because again, who decides what's normal? You should be you. Yes, you can use the tools that help you because we do live in a neurotypical world and it does make it challenging, but you are still you. And now you get to teach others who you are. But first, you have to figure that part out, right? And getting past the negative narratives is sometimes the hardest part. I'm going to give you a little homework. You're like, wait, what? Over the next week, I want you to pay attention to how often negative narratives come up for you. And when you notice them happening, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. Where are you when it happens? What are you doing? Who are you with? What triggered it? And if you're being really nasty to yourself, ask yourself, wait, is this really true? Because most of the time it's not. People with ADHD are shockingly unself-aware. And we really tend to not notice when we are saying these things to ourselves. So the awareness sometimes is one of the best gifts you can give yourself. Okay. All right. So let's have a little recap here. So first, we talked about what is ADHD and how does it show up in your life. Then we reflected on the ways that ADHD has both positively and negatively impacted your life, including emotionally and mentally. And then lastly, we talked about how learning how to accept that who you are with your ADHD is what you should be doing. It is not something to be fixed, right? Learning to embrace it, learning to dance with your ADHD is going to make your life much easier than you constantly fighting it. Because if you try to fight it, you will lose. ADHD doesn't have a cure, okay? But you can learn to make it work in amazing ways. All right. And when you see and hear the negative narratives that don't apply and honestly never did, and learn to reframe them to match who you actually are, your life is going to just blossom. Okay. And you also get to teach people who you are and have confidence in who that is. All right. So does anybody have any takeaways?
Roy, Angela had a question earlier.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get your partner to understand and deal with you?
Okay, so that is a really common issue, no question about it. If your partner is still under the mindset of, oh, it's just lazy, oh, you're just not trying hard enough, oh, you just don't care, etc., having them, they can watch this replay. You guys will get a replay of this so they can kind of see, oh, like, because sometimes they just need to hear from somebody other than you, right? There's that third party validation thing that can happen. So you can absolutely let them watch this. And also you can send them to places like attitudemag. I think it's .com. It might be .org. I can't remember now. Chad has some good things as well. It's really about them seeing other people also experiencing it. So if you're so I have a free Facebook group that I'm going to tell you guys about in a little bit. And if any of your partners are women, they're welcome to come in there. It is for women only, or people who identify as women. And it is, I have moms in there whose kids have it. They don't understand it. They come in there and they're like, this has been so validating, because now I really am starting to see that my kid really is struggling with this, because there's that part of your brain that still says, oh, they're just lazy, right? And there are spouses who come in and they're like, oh, because I see so many other people commenting, and oh, I go through this too, and I go through this too, and then they start to go, oh, it isn't just my partner, it isn't just my wife. So I will put the link into that towards the end of this, so you guys can, and all of you can join that group as well. It's a really great group. It's very supportive, and I just love that group because everybody is really super supportive in that group. And let's see here. Okay, so Angela, I don't know if that like helps at all. I know it's tricky with partners, and I always want partners to feel like they, my husband struggled for a while to kind of get it, and then he realized he was outnumbered in our house and he had to learn some things, and now we're kind of thinking he might have it too. But the more that they can educate themselves, the better off they're going to be. And again, like I said, like if you guys want to share this, like I'm happy with it as long as you guys are okay with it. Because I just want people to feel like they can be open with their partner about what they're experiencing and what they're going through. And very often, some people find after their diagnosis, they say, I feel like my ADHD's gotten worse. And I'm like, actually, no, it hasn't. It's just you're not masking as much. You're starting to name it where you're starting to see it in your life, and you're not masking as much. And people might notice that, and you're noticing it, and that's okay. I want you to be you, So, yeah. So I hope that helps a little bit. But anything that you can do to get them in front of somebody who is like a third party, articles, magazines, any of those things can be really, really helpful for people who just kind of don't get it yet. They have to be really open to wanting to get it, though. I will say that much too. If they're not, it's a bigger struggle. Kim, it's nice to know I was right my whole life, knowing that something wasn't right in my life. Now I can focus on managing the hard parts of my life. I'm still in the angry grieving process for Kim, do I get that? You can ask Nikki. I was really angry, especially after I started medication, and I went, wait, this is what everyone works with naturally? Like, what the hell? No wonder. And I was so angry, and I wasn't working with women yet with ADHD. And Nikki said to me, maybe you had to go through all of that so that to prepare you for what you're supposed to be doing next. She kind of knew what I was going to end up doing. But it's hard, and the grief is real, and it's okay to have that grief. And it's important to experience it. It is, if you can, I also suggest working with a therapist who understands ADHD. Not all therapists do. and it does make a difference. And working through that anger is an important part of the moving on process. And you won't grieve this way forever, I promise. It sucks in the moment. It really does. But at the same time, I'm so happy, Kim, that you have gotten some answers, really. It's just your life is gonna change. All right, let's see here. Any thoughts about how to quiet the noisy, chastising inner voice? Well, actually, this is what I'm going to be doing here. Hold on, let me go through this one more time. I've turned to alcohol to cope at night. Is this normal to do you have an alternative? Okay, so I want to be really clear about this. People with ADHD are at a much higher risk for addiction, because we're looking for the dopamine. And it's not just alcohol, it's not just drugs, it can be sex, it can be gambling, it can be eating, it can be spending, it can be anything that you can get addicted to, right? We tend to be much more on our phones because there's lots of dopamine, right? So I don't specialize in substance abuse, and I'm not saying that you're an addict at this point. I'm just saying be aware of that. Okay, yeah, be aware of it. Instead of, like sometimes it can be as simple as going out for a walk when it's nice, just something that's going to get you. Nature is so good for people with ADHD. I wish I understood why that was, but we really tend to do well when we're out in nature. Going out for walks. Now it depends on where you live, because I know if you're in the South, you're just like, are you kidding me with this? But in the winter, you get to go out when we're freezing to death. So, but it is something to be aware of for all of you. It definitely can be a thing. So I would, if you think, Jody, that it might be an issue, I would maybe talk to somebody who specializes in that near where you live, just to kind of talk to them about it, because it may not be at that point yet, but if you're starting to feel like it might be, it's definitely important to talk to somebody who specializes in it. Okay. I've named my voice Ed as an executive dysfunction. Now I can tell Ed to shut up. I love it. Yes, shut up. Okay, it's a huge difference to have work with a therapist who understands ADHD. Yes, Angela, it really does make a huge difference. The first couple therapists I had did not, they were just like, oh, that's with ADHD. And I was like, yeah, you might not be the right fit for me. So my own husband never understand windows are up. For some reason, this is like blocking. I can't say anything. Never understands windows up and down.
You were talking about outside, how much outside.
Oh, yeah. That fresh air, the negative ions, the vitamin D from the sun. Oh, it's so good for you. It's so good for you. And because it actually gives us really good visual stimulation, because it's green and it's inviting, and it isn't disruptive in a bad way. It's really good visual stimulation. And when we are tapping our foot, when our thoughts are like all over the place, when we're doing these things and twirling our hair, et cetera, that's actually our body's central nervous system trying to stimulate our reticular activating system, which is like the motherboard of the brain, because it's understimulated in people with ADHD. And so when you can go out and get a walk, get a little cardio, do some yoga, anything that you can do to get some movement, it helps a lot. Okay, so, the noisy, chastising inner voice. Let me go back to my screen share here, because I am going to be offering y'all something here. Okay, so because you guys are here, or watching the replay, I'm offering you a free 30-minute resetting your story breakthrough session. So we're going to pick one negative narrative that you have created in your life, and we are going to reset that narrative. Okay, so you can come in and be like, okay, I have this narrative that I cannot get rid of, and I'm going to show you a technique that you can use, and you can use it on any negative narrative. I will be very upfront in saying it's not necessarily going to like fix everything in one day. You've been talking to yourself like this for many, many years, but it is a really easy technique to learn. And it is a way for you to be able to take that negative narrative and put it elsewhere. It's one of my favorite techniques to help people start to move past the negative narratives. Let me pull up to the link for my group. Of course, I can't remember it. Hold on 1 second here. Some of you may already be in here, but if you're not, here we go. All righty. Okay, so this is, again, this is a free session. It's 30 minutes and it is definitely worth your time. Learning to retrain my narratives was a game changer. It's something, and I'm still a work in progress. Everybody's always a work in progress. But where I was pre-diagnosis to where I am now is a much bigger difference. So it's something that I really will encourage you guys all to sign up for. All right. All right. Now I'm going to show you my favorite hack. All right. So one of the other ways that you can get yourself to do the thing is through something called body doubling, which you can do it in person. You can have somebody sitting there with you. And there's something about somebody sitting there with you that gets you to do the thing, right? But there's also a virtual version of that. And that is my favorite hack. It is a website called focusmate.com. So it is a virtual version of this. You go to their website, you can do it. I believe you can do it free for 3 sessions a week, or you can get unlimited sessions. I think it's $6.99 if you pay for a month, if you pay for the year, or $9.99 if you pay monthly. It's worth every penny. And you go on, you sign up for a time slot. You can choose a 25, a 50, or a 75-minute time slot. And then they partner you with some other random procrastinator somewhere in the world. And you introduce yourself and you tell them what you're working on. They do the same. And then you get to work. There's no chit chat. You just work. And then at the end of the session, the bell will go up and then you'll say, okay, what'd you get done? And you each tell each other what you got done. And then you say your goodbyes and you can sign up for as many of those sessions as you want. Like I said, if you pay for it, or 3 times a week if you don't. It is a fantastic tool. I use it a lot for the really boring tasks that I know I won't do otherwise. And yeah, it's like my favorite. It's my favorite hack. And I don't get paid anything for promoting them. I just love them. All right. So does anybody else have any other questions? Nope. All righty. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming and staying until the end. I know for a lot of us, sitting for an hour is not an easy task. I hope you were able to get a lot out of today. There will be a replay that will get sent out tomorrow. And I hope you guys sign up for the free 30-minute session. And yeah, and I hope that you got something out of this that you're going to be able to take with you moving forward. And hopefully I'll see you in my group too. So if you guys have any other questions, let me know now. And you can always feel free to reach out to me by email or text or anything like that. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for being here.